Thomas, you're up.
State of Michigan 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Sean B. Perkins presiding. While court is in session, there will be no smoking, eating, drinking, sleeping, and or laying down. I will ask that if you have on any hats or hoodies, that you please remove them unless due to religious purposes. Thank you, everyone. Good morning, Judge. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Your Honor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get you out as fast and efficiently as possible, and I'm going to try to get you out in the order that you came in. I'll try to do the best I can. We're going to start with Green, Shamir Green. You ready, Mr. Ogletree?
I just need a copy of his pre-sentence report.
Let's get a pre-sentence report for, let me see if there's one in the file here. If not, we'll call down to see if there's one that exists. Mr. Green, are you there, or Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning to you. Did you do an interview with probation for a pre-sentence report?
Yes, I did.
Let's call probation down to see if we can get a copy of that report if one exists.
Your Honor, if we may get privileges, appreciate it.
I thought I gave you privileges already. Let me see. Yeah, you have privileges. Okay.
Oh, the breakout rooms aren't open then.
Yeah, they're not.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Let's move down to Mr. Oscar Boyd Griffin Jr. Are you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. City of Detroit versus Oscar. I'm sorry, Miss Williams Law. Are we ready to go?
Ready, Your Honor.
This is the City of Detroit versus Oscar Boyd Griffin Jr. Case number Z8092291. Appearance for the record, please. Is your counsel still here?
I talked to him earlier. I'm not sure.
I think he must have dropped off. He was here just a second ago. So we're going to pass that matter.
Okay.
Let's move down to Mr. Cross, Brian Thomas Little. Are you ready, Mr. Cross?
Your Honor, I don't believe we have any type of offer. We have requested a jury trial, and I would stick with that at this point. Thank you.
Let's call the case into the record. This is the City of Detroit versus Brian Thomas Little. Case numbers Z8091431 and SP1377135. Appearance for the record, please.
Joe Cross, T55824. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Mason, can you put your appearance on the record for, she's in the breakout room. So why don't you go to the breakout room, Mr. Cross? That's where your attorney is as well, Mr. Griffin. So both of you go to the breakout room and see what you can do.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's get down to, can you get that to, you did? Is Dee there? Good morning to you. Who's Dee?
Karam Nasser.
Nasser?
Yes.
Are you sure you're in the right place?
It said for Judge D. Millhouse.
Yeah, you're in the wrong courtroom. Millhouse is 340. So you dial 360-360-0340.
On the 36 website, there wasn't a link for Millhouse.
It should be. But that's the Zoom ID right there, 360-360-0340.
360.
You might want to rename yourself as well, so they'll know exactly who you
Okay.
are. 360-360-0340.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's go, are we ready on, Griffin?
I'm here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's go, recall the city of Detroit versus, Oscar Boyd Griffin Jr., case number Z8092291. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Todd Lantot up here on behalf of Oscar Griffin.
All right, Mr. Griffin, good morning to you. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning. My name is Oscar Boyd Griffin Jr.
All right, let me ask first, what's going on with the testing?
Excuse me?
The testing. Have you been testing?
Yes, sir.
What am I gonna expect to see as far as how you've done on testing?
All negatives.
No missed,
No misses. No, sir.
no diluted.
No, not at all.
And counsel, how is this case gonna proceed?
Your Honor, I'm asking if we could set a final pretrial. Just a couple things. I spoke with Madam Prosecutor. There's some discovery that she's going to send me that I hadn't received yet. Additionally, Your Honor, I wanted to email her some documentation on Mr. Griffin's behalf in attempt to resolve this matter.
All right, how long do you think this is gonna take?
I think 3 weeks would be fine, Your Honor.
I'm gonna pretrial at, final pretrial on 9/30/2024 at 8:30 a.m., right?
That would be great. I appreciate it.
All bond conditions remain in effect, right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Griffin, have a very good day, and I'm gonna check that, I'm gonna check with probation, let's do that, check with probation to see what the testing is like, all right?
Yes, sir.
Can we get Attorney Lance's P number, please, Judge?
It's P59757.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there's nothing further, have a very good day and best of luck.
Great to see you, Judge. Thank you.
Very
Thank you. Good day, everybody.
How you doing? Where is? All right, let's go with Jalil Irvin's Barnes.
Your Honor, I'm here.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
City of Detroit versus Jalil Irvin Barnes, case number SP 109-71231, SP 11739-791, SP 13695-681, SP 51, strike that, SP 1565855-1, SX for the state of Michigan versus Jalil Irvin Barnes, SX 3479791, SX 4232905, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Ben Werbling, P64889, on behalf of the defendant. Your full name for the record, sir?
Jalil Gervin Barnes.
Today is the date and time set for a pretrial. Do you have a valid license, Mr. Burns?
No, sir.
All right, let's give him the offer. That's how it stands. This is gonna be how it stands. This is from the city attorney's office. The offer as it stands right now is pleading to failure to display 2 times. Those will abstract to the Secretary of State. However, they won't carry any points. And for each misdemeanor, it's a $240 fine. So that'll be 240 times 2. Pleading to the amended count of improper plates for the no insurance. That is a misdemeanor, but it will not abstract, and therefore won't carry any points. And I'll dismiss upon payment of that 240. And then for the drag racing, they want amended count, strike that. For the reckless driving, they want amended count of drag racing. That reduces it from a 4-point offense. Strike that. That reduces it from a 6-point offense to a 4-point offense. And it doesn't require the mandatory 90-day suspension. However, if you plead to this, if you don't have a driver's license now, you likely will not be eligible for a driver's license at least for the next 2 years. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Warbler and have a conversation with him, and then let us know what you want to do when you come out. Keep in mind, Mr. Griffin Barnes, that you have an absolute right to a trial, right?
Okay.
Join the room, please. He paid his reinstatement fee as well. I don't know what's holding him up for his license. I think we're just waiting on Mr. Cross. What's going to go on with your client? Is your client Little?
Yes, Your Honor, we're going to have a final pretrial. The prosecutor is going to speak to the officer in charge on this. It's an OWI, and
let's put it on the record.
Okay.
Let's go back on the record with Brian Thomas Little. Now go ahead. I'm sorry, Counselor. Go ahead.
Judge, we are requesting a final pretrial, the prosecutor and I, and we'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Let me ask the client, is he testing at all?
Yes, sir.
How's the testing going, Mr. Little?
It's going pretty good, all negative.
All right, that's very good, not pretty good. It's no mistest and no diluted test.
No, sir.
And who's the probation officer overseeing that?
I'm not on probation. It's
it would be a bond, someone overseeing your bond compliance.
Yeah, it's a probation officer that has, well, we understand you're not on probation, but it's a probation officer that does oversee the bond condition. Officer Thomas, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
By any chance, would you be Mr. Little was Mr. His bond conditions?
I am not, Your Honor, but I can actually look and see if it says in our database who it is, just so we can expedite that. And now my computer's being slow.
All right, nevertheless, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to follow up with the probation, Mr. Little, to see if that account if it's going pretty well, or as I would say, very well, if you're doing everything you're supposed to do.
It is Officer Schiatti, Your Honor.
Schiatti, right. So it must be going very well, because I know Officer Gant won't hesitate to come in and let me know. So I'm going to still follow up with him, and I will give you a pretrial date of a final pretrial date of September 30th, 2024. All bond conditions are going to remain in place. Mr. Cross, did you put your P number on the record?
It's 55824, Your Honor. Thank you.
Very well. All right, if there's nothing further, continue the good testing, sir. And both of you have a very good day and best of luck to both.
And I'd just like to say to Your Honor, I've clerked for several judges, and I love the way you run your courtroom, sir. It's
Thank you so
terrific.
much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you have a better one. Thank you. All right. Mr. Workman, let's go back on the record with Mr. Garvin Barnes. Mr. Barnes, we've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel. Counsel, what's your client want to do?
Judge, at this time, he feels that it's in his best interest to continue his not guilty plea. He's requesting a bench trial.
Is that what you want to do, Mr. Barnes?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very well. I'm going to set a trial date for October the 14th, 2024 at 9 a.m. I don't know, you paid the reinstatement fee, sir. I don't know what's preventing you from getting a license. I don't know if it's something in other jurisdictions or not, so.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
When I came to court last time, you told me to pay the money. I went down there and I paid it, and you told me to go to Secretary of State. When I called Secretary of State to try to set up my appointment, it said I had these other tickets I had to take care of first. So I couldn't bring my license back to court this time.
You have to take care of?
These tickets right here, they were saying I had the reckless driving ticket that I had to get taken care of before I'd be able to do anything.
So that gives me further understanding that if it's a reckless driving, then they won't do anything with it until that's disposed of, right?
Yes.
Very well. Well, we should get some resolution on October the 14th. If there's nothing further, Mr. Garvin Barnes, I wish you the best of luck. Have a very good day, all right?
You too, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Workman.
Officer Thomas.
Anytime, Julio. Thank you.
What is your, you're free to leave, Officer Thomas, what is your, we brought you in for who?
Oscar Griffin, Your Honor. It's just a pre-trial. He's been testing negative.
Great, that's all we needed to hear. That's what he told us.
Yep, he's doing good.
All right, have a great day. Thank you so much.
You too, Your Honor.
City of Detroit versus Ida Lowman. Case number SP 1264462, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 704755, counts 1, 2, and 3. 15557559 and 15456621. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alicia Martin, P69003, on behalf of Ms. Lowman.
Good morning to you, Ms. Martin. Ms. Lowman, are you up now? Okay, I just said unmute yourself and state your name for the record, please.
I'm here. My name is Ida Lowman.
Ida Lowman. All right. Good morning to you, ma'am. Today is the date and time set for arraignment on the bench warrant. Go ahead, Counselor.
Your Honor, we would waive the formal reading of the charges, and my client stands mute.
Her not guilty plea on her behalf, give her a $0 bond. As it stands right now, let's see. The offer, Ms. Lowman, that's written by the people, the failure to display a $240 fine, no offer on the false proof of insurance. That's a $240 fine. I don't know if that's any points or not. I'll look that up. But it is a crime of, I would say, dishonesty. And then that's dismissing the rest. So pleading the 2 and dismissing the rest, $240 fines apiece. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Ms. Martin, and you can speak with her and let us know what you want to do when you come out, okay? You have an absolute right to.
Can I say one thing? No, wait until we get in the breakout room.
Talk to the lawyer.
Okay, so I joined the breakout room.
I got you, Ms. Martin.
Thank you, Judge.
Gosh, don't say that. You know we're not
Oh,
supposed
yeah,
to
don't
say
say
that.
it. Yeah, okay.
Because we just
Right.
never know. It might be one person that takes us 4 hours. No, I was looking at that, though. I can't say that. We're supposed to have some guests come in.
Today?
Yes.
Okay.
So, they're from this Nelson Mandela, program, they're from Africa. So we'll, they're supposed to come at 9 o'clock. I was
Okay.
actually supposed to be here in a few minutes.
Cool.
Make sure.
That's supposed to be 4 of them?
Let's see. 4 or 5. Five.
Fine.
All right, we ready, Ms. Martin?
Judge, there's something I need to confer with Ms. Mason about. I was putting her a message in the chat right now.
Okay, great. Oh, sugar green, can we get a probation officer?
After they sentence, but I'll find out. Hold 9 seconds. Spotlight. He's getting sentenced today. Should be wait, that a magistrate or? Okay. Maybe they should become a judge. She probably.
This is Thomas.
Officer Thomas. Yeah, okay. Something, okay. I think I see that. But sometimes the person who is reporting actual arrest. Okay, all right, thank you. He might be, okay, thanks. He's gonna be the. Okay. Right, schedule. Yes.
One.
We have the inside.
Are we ready on Lowman?
We are, Judge.
Let's go back on the record with Ms. Lowman. Ms. Lowman, I've given you the opportunity to speak to counsel. Do you want to say something out loud now?
Yes, I spoke to her concerning my situation, and I was letting her know that I was incarcerated.
I don't know what that is.
Hello.
It relates to sentencing, Judge. I can allocute on her behalf after we take the plea, but she does want to take the people's offer.
And that is to plead to the false insurance proof.
Yes, and the failure to display.
That's the 2016 ticket. Then there's 2015. All right. That's what you want to do, man.
Yes, sir.
Is there a memorandum of understanding on these 8 of these tickets for the city?
There is not.
What's the charge, Judge, and what's the ticket?
That's you have a few tickets here: false insurance, no insurance, license improper, 2016, and then some other ones 2015.
Same charges?
No, different charges. Well, no license 2015, no license 2015.
Yeah, we're dismissing those. Those are all old, Judge.
So just one count of failure to display then?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Lowman, it got a little better for you. One count of failure to display, $260, $240, I'm sorry. Then you're gonna owe another $145 on old no plates. We're not gonna deal with, I mean, expired plates. That's a civil infraction. It doesn't have any abstraction. It doesn't affect your driver's license, all right?
Thank you.
You wanna take the deal, ma'am?
Yes, I take.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Martin, did you go over her advice of rights?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Lowman, do you understand that the maximum possible penalty for these offenses are 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
I understand.
You understand that you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes, I understand.
And Ms. Martin went over your other advice of rights in the breakout room, did she not?
Yes, she did.
You understood those rights?
Yes.
Any questions about those rights?
No, no questions.
You know, by taking this deal, you're gonna give up those rights?
Yes.
And has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No. Your Honor.
All right, wait a minute. What do you want to say, Ms. Lowman, is we're just going through the basic process.
Oh, okay.
That I have to ask everybody, just to make sure
Okay.
you're. All right, all right.
Yes, I was.
You like to talk, don't you?
No, I'm okay.
All right, let me draw your attention back to October the 19th, 2021 at around 11:44 p.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of Southfield Service Drive and the Cathedral. Did you have an occasion on that day to come encounter with the Detroit Police Department?
I believe I did.
Not believe, you gotta know.
Yes.
Were you operating a motor vehicle, what they have down here, a 2010 Buick?
Yes, I was.
And did the officer ask you to produce a valid driver's license?
Did he? Yes, he did.
And you couldn't do that, could you?
No.
You couldn't produce a license. Why couldn't you produce that license, ma'am?
Because I had license, but I didn't have them on me. I didn't have my license on me at all.
That's the same as a no ops as I was written. Same as failure to display. All right,
Yeah.
find you guilty as charged. Stipulation of probable cause, I'll dismiss the other matters.
So stipulated, Judge. Can I address you regarding sentencing on Ms. Lowman's behalf before you assess fines and costs?
Let's hear Ms. Lowman's story.
So, Your Honor, Ms. Lowman served some time in the Wayne County Jail from August 15th of 23 to June 20th of 24. And during that time, she has submitted to the court a plea by mail for these matters. However, when she was released from jail, she came to the court and found that the matters were still pending and that they were in warrant status. And so she asked for this court date on today. She would like you to consider a sentence of time served because she did serve a year in the Wayne County Jail and she did try to address these matters while she was in there.
Ms. Lowman, What about this time in the Wayne County Jail? When did you, from what dates did you serve the time?
I went in August 15th of 2023, and I came out June 20th of 2024. And I put my plea by mail in 6 months after I got there. And they told me to wait until I came out and go to the Thurston's district and present my proof of incarceration.
And did you see that proof of incarceration, Ms. Martin?
She does have it with her, Judge.
All right. Very well. What were you incarcerated for?
Leaving the scene.
Let me guess. Hey, Ms. Martin, talking too much.
No.
No. All right, go ahead, Ms. Lowman. What were you incarcerated for?
Leaving the scene of the crime and bodily harm.
All right. I hope everybody's okay out of that situation.
Yes, sir.
So, what are you asking for?
She's asking for a sentence of time served, Judge. She just was released from jail on the 20th of June, so she's in the process of getting back on her feet with housing and jobs and all of that stuff, so she really doesn't have the money to pay any fines and costs.
What about housing, Ms. Lowman? Are you secure in your housing?
I'm secure in my housing. I'm staying with my brother, but I'm in the process of looking for me a house or apartment right now as we speak. And I gotta pay first month, last month rent. And so that's what I'm in the process. I got my 2 boys that I take care of. One 18, about to go to college. He going to Arizona State. He graduated with honors and from Ferndale High School. And I got my 11-year-old just went to junior high school and he plays football. He on the football team. So all that costs because they going to Ohio next week to play for a game because they in the winning bracket.
She must know how much I believe in education and how much I believe in sports and as it relates to education too, and just sports period. But I think that extracurricular activities makes for better students as well. I know certainly that it helped my son because he if it wasn't for his sports, I don't know, because he wasn't doing too hot in school for a minute there, but once he realized that he wasn't going to be able to pick it up. So, all right, I'm gonna sentence you to time served. I will give you that fresh start. It's not gonna. It's only gonna cover the $240. Let me sentence you to 30 days. 30 days. Wayne County Jail, and I'm going to give you credit for time served.
Thank you, Lord.
And it's going to only cover that 240. You're still going to have to come up with the 145 for that expired plates. That's old and that's been in default for a while. And then you're going to have to, I'm going to waive the warrant fees. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 $50 warrant fees. I'll save you $350 on that, but you're going to be responsible for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reinstatement fees of $45 a piece. Okay, and I can't waive those. So what I will do is I wish you the best of luck, Ms. Lowman, and I would like to know your child's progress. I want to really congratulate you on your honor student son at Arizona State, and wish him the best of luck. And then your 11-year-old in school is now playing football. So best of luck to you, ma'am. Have a very good day. And
thank you. So Your Honor, so you said I just paid $45 for the 5, right?
$45, you have $5 reinstatement fees and $145 that was that old expired plate. All right.
And $145.
Yes.
Ooh, okay, I got it a while. Gotta pray on getting up on this money.
You're gonna get up on
Okay.
Thank you.
I hope. Thank you, Your Honor.
it. Have a great day.
You too. God bless you.
Yeah, bless you as well. Mr. Ogletree, are we ready on Green?
Yes.
All right, you're free to leave, Ms. Lowman. Have a good day. All right, let's go.
Thank you.
Let's call it again. This is the city of Detroit versus Shamir Green, case number Z8091491. Appearance for the record, please.
Aaron Ogletree, about for Mr. Green. Mr. Green, key on mute and state your name.
Shamar Green.
Your Honor,
Mr. Green, today is the date and time set for a sentencing. Who's in the background there?
It's my daughters. I'm trying to go into a quieter room.
If you can, we'll be able to work around it if you can. All right. I've read the pre-sentence report. Have you had an opportunity to go over the pre-sentence report with your client, Mr. Ogletree?
I did.
All right. Is there any corrections that you want to see made?
It was just a couple of things. One is it says about his wife. It says CAN. She's a CNA. And since the report, he did receive a job now. He's no longer just a house husband. He now works as a part sorter with United Sorters of America. Which he started about 2 weeks ago.
I wasn't gonna say just a CNA. I made that correction. I wasn't gonna say just a stay-at-home husband. I had a buddy that was a stay-at-home husband, and I was actually commendable that Mr. Green was willing to take that role up. Many times it's the wife that does that for the husband, but he was willing to do that for his wife. And being a stay-at-home parent is a full-time job. And I think what I really want to say, it is one of the most important jobs in my eyes, because the rearing of our children is one of the most important things that there is out there. And so any other congratulations on you getting the job as well. Any other things on here, Mr. Ogletree?
The only other thing I would say is according to my notes, it was supposed to be a plea to OWI. But the court has something in the dismissal of the balance, but the court has something different. I stand corrected.
Well, I have here OW. Let me see. I do have OWI. It's been entered into as an OWVI. This is his first encounter with the law as it relates to drinking and driving, isn't it?
Yes, I submitted a deviation request, and from my notes, it came back. The head prosecutor indicated OWI according to my notes.
Ms. Mason, you want to opine on that?
Yes, Your Honor. What was the original charge on that? I don't have it in front of me.
It was a IPAC, and it's entered into here as a OWVI.
So it was pled down to an OWVI?
Well, it was entered into the system as an OWVI. I do have OWI as well here. Let me ask Mr. Thomas, how is Mr. Green doing on his bond?
I have no concerns on Mr. Green's bond at this time, Your Honor.
Very well.
Your Honor, I can deviate from that. I can go down to an OWVI.
Thank you, Prosecutor Mason.
So, Mr. Green, you're getting a very, very big favor here. You know, yeah, I don't want to stress how big that is. It's saving you 2 points, you consider yourself lucky here today. But since you haven't had any other issues and probation is not, you've done everything that we've asked you to do. What about the substance abuse evaluation? I wonder why I submitted, I ordered that. What we'll do, since I wrote that down, we are going to have you do the substance abuse evaluation. I don't know what was going on at the time.
Your Honor, I did complete a substance abuse evaluation.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
And that's you kind of that was the third paragraph of the report that kind of outlined defendant's alcohol use is marketed as a low problem in early remission.
Yes, Your Honor, that was what the Needs Plus survey had stated. That wasn't exactly my words. That was just what the survey at the court has all defendants take recommended.
And your words on the substance abuse evaluation.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Your Honor.
What are your words regarding the substance abuse evaluation?
Well, Your Honor, he had a very high BAC on this case. So, typically when I see a high BAC, I tend to recommend outpatient treatment just because to get a BAC over a 0.17 at anything related to these drunk driving cases, that's typically indicating a underlying problem, a more severe problem. I just think substance abuse outpatient treatment can help pretty much everyone we see with these type of charges make changes in
Your
their
Honor,
life.
I apologize. Court reporter speaking. Can we have Mr. Green just to mute his device as Mr. Thomas is speaking? So I can, for the record. Thank you.
Very, very well. All right. So what I'm going to say this. I'm going to grant the outpatient treatment. You're a young man, but what I would say in Mr. Green's favor is this. In the report, it indicated that Mr. Green was at home and he was drinking wine. So he's not trying to dodge the fact that he had some alcohol. He indicated that he was trying to reach his father that he couldn't get in contact with and began to become worried about. And what I noted was, in my mind, was that Mr. Green, when asked from the officer at the time, he was straight up with the officer. He said, I did feel a little bit intoxicated. And a lot of times, you find defendants in this situation that are not willing to be upfront about that. So what it is I'm gonna try to, first of all, you've been offered a very good reduction that probably your client, your attorney, and as a note in the file, wasn't the agreement that was entered into that time. In an effort to basically get some early intervention on your behalf. I don't usually order it for the first time OWI cases, but as Mr. Officer Thomas stated, this is a high BAC, not super high, but you know, relatively high enough. You're almost 0.20. So I'm going to order the outpatient treatment. I hope that helps you kind of evaluate yourself and get you some knowledge on alcohol and the real effects on it from a professional standpoint. And I am going to honor that because I wrote it in the file as well. As it relates to sentencing, do you have any allocution on your client's behalf, Mr. Ogletree, before I impose sentence? You have to unmute yourself.
Sorry. Yeah, I would just say that he's of course taking full responsibility for his actions. He is getting his life to the way he wants it to be. I didn't mean any harm by saying that he was just a stay-at-home father at a period of time, or husband. What I was going to say, in addition, saying because he's also doing work at home in addition to now serving as a United sorter worker. So he's doing double duty now. And he previously received a management certificate. He used to work at Popeyes. And one of his goals that he wishes to do is he wishes to follow his grandfather's footsteps in becoming a Detroit police officer and achieve the rank of sergeant or lieutenant. So we're hoping that he can fulfill his dream, and he's heading down that path. And we believe he can achieve that with the help that the court is offering him to make sure he has his life in the order that it needs to be.
Very well, Mr. Green. Then do you want to say anything? You don't have to, but I'll give you the opportunity. If you want to speak on your own behalf, you can do so.
I did want to apologize to you personally for my last appearance in a court, and apologize for my family, to my family, for putting them through all of this.
All right, so let me now that you open the door, refresh my my recollection on our last conversation. What happened?
No, my appearance to court. You had happened to turn on my video, and I had no shirt on, and yeah, and I guess that it fired some flames up under you, and you cut me out from court. So I just wanted to apologize.
Well, I mean, you know what it is. I know we're kind of in a different time where, you know, when I look at the pictures of my father, who was born in 1929, and the kids growing up then, they would have suit and ties on just almost as an everyday dress. And I know nowadays we're long beyond that, you know, where, you know, in my 12 years or 10 years, 12, 11 years of practicing law, and then my 20, 30 plus years of being around the law for close to 30 years, then dress has changed. And my brother, being a lawyer as long as he has, he'd have to remind his clients, you need to put a certain tie on when you come to court. And I would still like it to see that way because, and I would still dress that way myself because I realize how important it is. This is my life and my freedom on the line. So I'm going to try to do everything I can to impress. But now we're on the age of Zoom, and people feel that they can just come in and they can be laying down like Ms. Lowman was this morning, and you come in without a shirt, and we're not going to let it go there, at least not in courtroom 434. All right. I mean, I'm not forcing the shirt, the button down shirt, as my colleague would do, Judge Giles, but I am gonna enforce some sort of, some decorum in here, and that's gonna be, you gotta ask clothes on. So, with that being said, I didn't take it at all that you meant, anything to reduce the fact that, Mr. Green was a stay-at-home dad, counselor. I just thought about that when I read the report, and I thought that's a pretty noble thing to do, and especially in this day and age when we're all kind of self-conscious about our own careers and we don't think about anyone else's. And typically, the man is the one that goes out and works. And Mr. Green is willing to put his aspirations aside, at least for the short term, and make sure that his wife can fulfill her goals. So I thought to be that noteworthy when I read the report, and I commend you on that. That's a commendable thing. One last thing, you have a lot of living to do, sir. So you've set those goals out for yourself, and being a sergeant or a lieutenant is something that's a high mark. I like that. You know, we might want to see Mr. Green as chief of police one day, and but I encourage you to continue on and to make sure you try and reach the goals that you want in your life. And but it's a tough field, and I'm sure your family member can let you know what it takes. And so it's going to be the sentence of the court that you are going to attend and complete a substance abuse outpatient treatment program, attend and complete an alcohol highway safety program, attend and complete the Mothers Against Drunk Driving Victim Impact Program. There's going to be no alcohol, no illicit substances during the term of this probation. I want you to submit to random urinalysis tests. We'll make this bi-weekly now. We'll reduce it to bi-weekly instead of once a month. I mean, once a week, since you reported that it's been reported that you've done very well in this time. I'm gonna order a 6-month term of probation, and we'll review this in 3 months. Hopefully, and it's gonna be pay $100 assessment fee, pay $10 a month urinalysis fee. So I would pay that $10 each month without going over it. It may say $60 on there now based on the term of probation that I ordered, but we're going to review this case in 3 months. So if the court is inclined to release you from those obligations, if you've done everything, then I don't want you to spend any more money out of pocket than you have to. I'm also going to fine you a $240 fine. And there are some other statutory fines that go along with the drunk driving charge. Ms. Mathis, do I have this? I wish I could have these acronyms listed out. JSN. There's a crime. Can you do that? There's a crime victim's right fee of $75. Attorney fee of $25. A probation supervision fee of $35, which will also be something that you want to just pay on a monthly basis, or the 35 times 3 right now. And there's another cost of $50 with that JSMD fee. So those are the costs. They're gonna be outlined in the order of sentence. And any other questions?
No,
No,
sir.
Your Honor.
All right. Again, Mr. Green, I wish you the best of luck. You'll contact Mr. Thomas. Officer Thomas will get in contact with you. And if you have any questions about the sentence or the order of judgment, then you can go over that with your counsel, Mr. Ogletree or Officer Thomas. If that will conclude the hearing today, and Mr. Ogletree, you're released from any obligations moving forward. All right.
All right. Thank you again for your thoughtful consideration of this matter, and thank you, Prosecutor Mason.
Well, let me give you another review date. Let's start the review date, and we'll put the review date at October the 24th, 2024 at 8:25 a.m. All right.
Okay.
All right. There's nothing further, sir. Best of luck to you. Have a very good day.
You too.
Good morning. All right, good to see you guys. I didn't know if I was be seeing you this year, because I guess I hadn't heard, but it's good to have you here. All right. Good morning to you, ma'am, or sir. I can't. Good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning. I'm my son was supposed to appear in court today, Corey Grizzly, and he's at the hospital, so he just logged on so I could tell you he's having a CT scan. They think he has some kidney stones. I brought him to the hospital this morning, 7 o'clock this morning, because he was in pain. So I was trying to see if he was going to come out from the CT scan by the time you guys said anything, but he's not back from the CT scan yet.
All right. And what is your name, ma'am? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Rhonda Grizzly. My son's name is Corey Grizzly.
We'll set this for another date. Yeah, he brings in, I only see one count of no insurance. Tell him if he had insurance, or if he has insurance now, that he needs to have a copy of that when he comes to court next time, right?
Okay, yeah, I know he went and got some, so yeah.
All right. All right, the next date is gonna be, September 30th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. We're gonna wish that his health is okay and be praying for that. And,
Thank you.
if you don't have anything further, just make sure he makes it back. Well, he's already had another date. Let's do this. Why don't we zoom in on the Thursday, the 25th? See if we can get this done quicker.
Thursday, the 25th? Oh, this
Yes.
Thursday, okay.
This Thursday, yeah, this Thursday, the 25th, all right?
Okay.
All right, so we pray for his the quick and swift recovery and that everything else checks out okay, and that if he hopefully he can zoom in at some point on the 8:30 on the 25th. Okay?
Okay. Okay, thank you
All right.
so much, Your Honor.
Have a great day, man.
You too. Bye-bye.
Mr. Ogletree, do we have anyone else? Okay, so good morning to you. I know, give me your name again. Debu?
Yes.
Okay, good morning to you. I didn't meet your other colleagues or fellow students there. If you don't mind introducing yourself, I see you got the big smile, so I'll let you start.
Katie from Botswana.
From where?
Botswana.
You have to speak up.
Katie from Botswana.
Botswana?
Yeah.
And where is Botswana?
Botswana is South Africa's neighboring country.
Okay.
The southern part of Africa.
Very well. And you can go ahead and reintroduce yourself.
They were from Lesotho.
And that's encompassed by South Africa, if I remember correctly, right? All right. And then your name?
Wairimo.
Wajumo?
Wairimo.
Wajubo?
Yes.
Okay.
From Kenya.
From Kenya. Okay. I know where Kenya is. All right.
Awa from the Gambia.
From Gambia? Awa? All right. And then last but not least?
Alpha from Chad.
From Chad. Now I've heard of Chad. Where exactly is that on the continent?
Central Africa, near to Nigeria and Cameroon.
Okay, very good. All right, good morning. Really, unfortunately, we didn't have a very big docket this morning. But I did talk to one of my colleagues that's a criminal judge, and I told him that you guys will be coming. So if you want to, we can go down to his courtroom, and he probably has a little more exciting cases than I do. So we can do that. Mr. Warbling and Ms. Martin, I believe that we had a short docket today as it is. And okay, we still have a 10 o'clock. That's another OWVI sentencing. So we'll wait for that 10 o'clock to see if they show. I'm pretty sure they will show. Can we get the file and maybe pre-sentence report for Deshaun Gant, please? We'll get this one called. Well, Yes. What time? You say you have an appointment to attend federal court at 10 o'clock? Okay, I think you guys maybe need to hurry up and get over there then. So, and then what time is that supposed to be over? All right, I'd probably, Mr. Ogletree, do you have anybody else?
I had in my book about Timothy Guthrie.
Guthrie?
Yeah, Guthrie, yes.
All right, he hasn't showed yet, so.
Okay, I'll continue to contact him.
All right, there you go.
Thanks.
Ms. Payne, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you today?
I'm very well.
I'm here on Deshaun Gant.
Yes.
And can I please have the pre-sentence emailed to me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can we get that to Ms. Payne?
I don't need that.
I will check my email.
Thank you, Ms. Payne. Thank you. Drinking.
Excuse me, Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. It's regarding one. Right, yeah, so Judge Taylor wanted to know how you put it in. Did you put in dismissal as?
I didn't get to.
Oh, great. She said just put it in.
You know, I dismissed it. It came up.
Yeah.
That's why I was.
Did it, how did you dismiss it?
I just think I dismissed it to normal.
No, no PO. No, keep it the way it was because I didn't want the no PO. All right, that's right. I just got the last one. Page. She's like,
Because I think.
she's thinking,
It's
yeah.
right here.
She said, can you undo that? Can you undo that? Can you undo that?
Yes. Judge or commission.
Yeah, I talked to the judge. I mean, as an officer of the court, I talked to him.
Just want to make sure that that was she wrote. No officer. She said officer did not appear. So then that's why I did. She wants it to reflect. She wants me to take that.
Yeah, it can be per prosecutor.
Dismiss failed to appear final. So how I do it? You just wanted to say no city person attorney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And if you need to verify, you can verify with her. I mean, she did say that.
Oh, okay. I'll take it up there. However, I gotta go up there anyway to get some files and I have her just adjust.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Thank you.
Well, I can hold on for just one. Don't wanna hold on, so. Send me an email already. Okay, hold on, because I was doing something. Hold on, okay? You okay? Okay, so. Right.
Good morning, Mr. McCall.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I got your report, your detailed report on Gant. How about any substance, what about his testing? How's that been going?
Your Honor, he tested on let me get that date. He tested on June 13th, and he was positive for marijuana, and he was negative for all other substances.
All of the, is that only one test you have, June 13th?
Yes, Your Honor. During the time he was on with Mr. Bradfield, I don't have that information in regards to him testing.
Can we get that information?
Yes, I can. I sure can.
Thank you.
Let me see, that sheet I gave with the monetary sentence piece. This one. You said you wanted the description.
What does it mean with the J?
It's just All they say is it's a state cost.
What is it, J?
No, you mean like actually, what it just,
What is
from my knowledge,
actually?
it just says it's a state cost, but once the next time I need to find one to
We're
be
about to do it
applied.
right now.
About to do it right now?
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, that's all I have, it's just a state cost, the other one is crime victims fee. This one is a court that's misdemeanor cost, civil fine, attorney fee analysis.
Yeah, let's find out what the J.
You know, like what it actually means.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure you can hear. This is a little updated, a little bit better for right now. But, oh, probation. See, just want to show you. See, like right here, that's all it gives us, JSMD state costs. And why our ordinance fund. NYCV crimes victim.
It's gotta be something.
It's probably got some more, yeah. That's all. Probation and assessment. Crimes victim, $75. Analysis, probation oversight. That's that PSFOF. That's that state cost. That's probably the JSMP right here. State cost, misdemeanor ordinance. That's what I'm saying. Probably means something. You enjoy your time off?
Oh, yeah. We packed a lot in a couple of days.
Say what now?
We packed a lot in that 2 days.
Always get it.
Mhm.
I said, it's always good break, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Fresh. You cancel, they dismissed the jury trial.
What was the jury trial?
We were supposed to have a jury trial today, that's what I know about nothing. But the officer didn't come, so. Christopher Lewis, let me see. It's right here. Okay. That's why I wasn't up there in the back, trying to prepare for the jury trial. I mean, I'll make it. So, do not. I don't know. Yes. You can't shut and never know it's not.
You ready to go, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
All right, this is the city of Detroit versus Deshaun Rendell Gant Jr., case number Z8090871. Appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael McCall on behalf of the Probation Department.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sharon Payne, P 38749, on behalf of Mr. Gant, who is present via Zoom. Mr. Gant, could you please state your name for the record?
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
Deshaun Rendell Gant Jr.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Gant, Ms. Payne, Ms. McCall.
Morning.
Today is the date time set for sentencing. Giving you an opportunity to read and review the pre-sentence report. Any noteworthy changes that you see on the?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, on page 1, it indicates that he's being sentenced for operating while visibly impaired. While I would have preferred that, the offer was that he pled guilty to operating while intoxicated, which was the lesser of the high BAC original charge. So that is the first paragraph on page 1. And I understand the probation department did not get a written plea agreement. It was all done on the record. Additionally, there was a background check done, and this is also on page 1 of 9, that there's a warrant out of 19th District Court in Dearborn for driving while unlicensed. Yet later on in the report, it indicates that he pled guilty. So I inform my client he needs to get a hold of Dearborn District Court and find out if there still is a warrant. It's his understanding the warrant was set aside and the case was disposed of. So that's a little confusing. Additionally, Your Honor, there was a discussion in the body of the pre-sentence report about immobilization of a vehicle. It is not mandated, and my client doesn't own a vehicle. The vehicle he was in, he was renting through Uber because he was an Uber driver, and you're allowed to rent a vehicle through the company if you pass the background check, which he did. Those are the only deletions or corrections, and we have read in the recommendation with respect to 1-year probation, random year analysis once a month. He would like to use the 36th District Court lab because currently he's unemployed due to this conviction.
We ran into the same issue today. I don't know what's going on. I have it in my files in full WI as well. But it was entered into as a visibly impaired, I think. How is Mr. McCall, how is Mr. Gant's performance on the testing?
Your Honor, he last tested with this court on June 13th, and he was positive for marijuana and negative for all other substance. When he was under the bond with Officer Bradfield, he had tested on May 4th, 2024, and he was positive for marijuana and negative for all other substance. And on May 8th, he was tested with the outside agency Affordable Testing Services, and he was negative for all substances. And in regards to the other tests that he was supposed to do, he failed to do those as you ordered.
So all we have is 3 tests for Mr. Gant?
1, 2, 3. Yes, Your Honor.
Maybe somebody can give me some insight on what's going on with that.
Mr. Gant, can you please inform the court as to why there were only 3 alcohol testings?
The re-registration fee, I couldn't come up with the $50 and the $15 on top of it, which would have been $65. I only had the 15 to test.
That's kind of not a good excuse. That's something that, did you let anybody know, your probation officer know at the time?
At the time, no, because from my understanding, I was going to get my job back and they were going to put me on the schedule. So from my understanding, I thought I was going to go back to work, get an advance and be able to pay for it. But when I went for the meeting, they didn't put me back on the schedule yet. So I've been just sitting, waiting for them to call me back, which I'm looking for another job now.
And you're talking about the job, not the Uber job, because I don't think you were.
No, I'm talking about the National Coney Island job.
Well, that poses a problem there. I mean, it's one thing to not be able to afford to do something, but it's another thing to let people know what your situation is, because there are resources out there that can get, wage costs and things like that. you've been on, this bond condition. Since at least February 20th. And since February 20th, you've only had 3 tests done. I'll let you speak on that, Ms. Payne.
Your Honor, I was appointed to represent Mr. Gant back in May of this year. I had no idea that the bond requirement was not being met. Ever since I've been on the case, Mr. Gant has been compliant with everything I've asked him to do. He's kept in touch, and it was my understanding he was going to test at court. I do understand, however, that at the time he had 2 jobs and now he has none. And he's being supported by, I believe, his stepfather in Highland Park. So finances are definitely a concern. And he can also no longer pay child support for his daughter that was being taken out of his checks on a weekly basis. And I think he has been searching for another job. He was certain he was rehired at National Cook Island as a line clerk, but that did not happen. So I think the reason he did not present himself for testing was strictly financial, at least since I have been on the case.
All right. I mean, I understand that. I guess the good thing is that he has tested negative for alcohol at least 3 times. But that doesn't give us a very good window to judge whether he's been compliant this whole time or not. As it relates to Ms. Mason, it's the same issue here as earlier today. You want to opine on that issue? I don't know how it got entered into the system. Is this your first alcohol-related offense, Mr. Gant?
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything to say about that, Ms. Mason? This is the same situation that we were dealt with earlier today, as far as it being a high BAC case.
Deshaun Gant, I thought we gave him an OWVI. Isn't he here for?
Okay, so if that's your understanding, it was that then it's entered into the system, correct? I must have missed the beat, but and myself and Ms. Payne must have missed the beat, but I don't have any problem with the OWVI, but I am going to, unlike the other defendant who did very well on testing, I reduced it down to twice to bi-weekly. I'm going to want you to test every week, at least for a period of time. What about as it relates to sentencing? Do you want to allocute on your client's behalf, Ms. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gant and I have talked about this a lot, and it is his position that he was not a big drinker prior to this, and that this incident scared him because he passed out and he was woken up by somebody pulling him out of the car, and he's got grave concerns for not only his safety, but the safety of others, that he should have listened to his sister and just stayed at the bar. This whole experience has upended his life. He's lost his employment. His license has been suspended. And now he's facing definite financial challenges that he's not quite sure how to meet. Prior to this, Your Honor, he was working 2 jobs. He was supporting his minor child, and he's got a high school diploma. And now everything else is basically in jeopardy. I think the wake-up call, and I think Mr. Gant, from what he tells me, is going to just abstain from alcohol. Am I correct, Mr. Gant?
Yes, ma'am.
I think that would be advisable. You definitely can't do yourself wrong by abstaining from alcohol. Anything you want to say, Mr. Gant? You don't have to before I get into the sentencing portion of this.
I just want to apologize for the way that I handle myself when I drunk alcohol and I got to that point. Like I said, I could have hurt myself or hurt somebody else.
Yeah, I respect the fact that you're remorseful from it. I don't know necessarily if an apology is in place, really, especially not for me. There was nobody injured in this, albeit it was a situation that did put people in danger of a serious danger of being injured. I think more so what's in place is your behavior moving forward and what needs to be that's where your direction needs to be focused on. I do understand that your sister tried to get you to, based on reading the report, tried to get you just to, you were already asleep in the car. I wish that your sister, I'm sure you and your sister probably wish that she would have just taken the keys and that you wouldn't have had the ability to operate the vehicle, but that didn't happen either. But we are where we are. I do see that you were working 2 jobs, and I commend you for that. I know it may feel that you know, kind of the light at the end of the tunnel has gotten real dim for you. I think that if you maintain your sobriety in one, but also persevere, that you will start to, that light will start to shine brighter and you'll get past this. I know you will if you do those things, if this will pass. So it's going to be the sentence of the court that I'm going to sentence you to a 12-month term of probation. And I kind of usually only sentence first time drunk drivers for a 6-month term of probation. But I want to try to get a good glimpse, and hopefully that this is just a one-off incident, like you're saying, and it's a little more severe in this case that you have you're behind the wheel and you fell asleep and you didn't even wake up when they broke the window out. You woke up after they're pulling you out of the car. So not only drivers did you put in danger, but the medical personnel that had to take the risk of going in the car was in drive, and it was no telling what you could have done when you woke up and you got these people all over you, very least, just letting off the gas, letting off the brake, and the car started moving at that point. So based on the nature of that, I'm gonna sentence you to a 12-month probation. I'm gonna you to submit to a urinalysis twice. Well, let's start off once per week. Um, 12-month probation. I'm going to review in 3 months. It's going to be October 24th, 2024 at 8:30. I'm gonna order you no drinking, no alcohol, or illicit drugs. I'm gonna order outpatient treatment. Is there a standard, Ms. McCall, on the outpatient treatment, the time? Get done in yourself.
It based on the therapist to say whether or not how many sessions that Mr. Gant will do. It just depends on the therapist on how much treatment he needs.
What about the cost associated with that?
Well, he can probably go through the Substance Abuse Bureau, and long as he's honest of his drinking, they can place him at an agency. Because go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is there any cost being placed with that agency?
No.
All right. I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna keep in mind that you have a financial issue going on. I want Ms. McCall, you're gonna be the probation officer, Ms. McCall?
No, I doubt it. I don't know. It's round robin, so therefore, once the order comes down, we'll see who the probation officer will be.
I want you to attend the Alcohol Highway Safety Program Level 1, view the consequences video, and the Mothers Against Drunk Driving is that program. Only the $35 a month supervision fee for probation. And pay that in just monthly increments. So by 3 months, you'll have what is 35 times 3. It'd be 105. And I say that because if there's an inclination for the court to relieve you from your obligations at that 3 months or 6 month period, I don't want you to pay all 12 months and be seeking some sort of refund. So it'd be easier just to pay it on a monthly basis instead of paying it all up at one time. You're going to have the statutory fines of state cost $50, crime victim bribe fee of $50, a misdemeanor ordinance cost of $65, a house counsel fee of $25, and the urinalysis fee of $10, and a $100 assessment probation assessment fee.
Your Honor, would you have an opportunity to do community service in lieu of these?
Absolutely. A $240 fine from the court. And that will probably do it for the court. I can give you an opportunity to do some community service. Let's give you an opportunity. I'll put you in touch with the community service coordinator, Miss Green. Her number is 313-965-8130. I'll give you $20 an hour per hour of community service that you do with Ms. Green. Other than that, I just wish you the best of luck. Again, I reiterate that I know it seems like when it rains, it pours, and you got this incident that's cost you 2 jobs, and you got young kid to take care of, and it seems like the weight of the world is probably on you. I strongly believe that you'll get through it. It's not going to be the easiest thing necessarily, but you'll get through it. And your commitment to working seems to be solid. You're not asking for any handouts or anything like that, and I applaud that. So you just have to suffer through this and get it in your rear view and then move on. All right.
Yes, sir.
Anything you'd like to say before we close it out?
No.
All right, Mr. Gant. Anything I've left out? I don't believe so here. I wish you the best of luck. I'll take a good phone number from you though, so that we'll refer to Ms. Green.
So the conviction, Your Honor, just to be clear, is for visibly impaired.
Yes, the conviction is for visibly impaired. And
he will begin testing once a week for how long, Your Honor?
Well, let's at least get some number of tests. I'm gonna have a 3-month review. I don't want it to be financially burdensome. I understand it's going to be burdensome, but I do want to get a picture of Mr. Gant. So let's at least say for the 3 months. If you're going to be monitoring this case, I'll be open to hearing from you, in a reasonable amount of time after we leave here, so we can get a good indication on Mr. Gant's sobriety. But at this time, we'll just say 3 months. Any other? I need a good phone number to Mr. Gant from Miss Green.
What happened?
You hear me? I need a good phone number from you for Miss Green, the community service coordinator.
Oh, 313-610-4188.
All right. So you should hear from Miss Green. I'm not gonna order any number of hours that you do. I'm gonna let you kind of work that out. You'll see the total after we get it in, put it in the system of what you'll owe the court. And again, I'll give you $20 an hour. As long as you make sure you go through Miss Green and you give that documentation that you've completed those hours, it'll be good with the court. All right.
Okay.
All right, if it's nothing further, I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Gant, and Ms. Payne, I appreciate your advocacy, Ms. McCall, Ms. Mason, and that'll close the matter out.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, and that looks like it'll